Why, hello, hello, lovely humans of Earth. Welcome back. Or welcome for the first time. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I honestly try to steer away now from compilations and stuff because I try to watch full episodes of stuff, but I'm quite slow with Cats Down. And let's face it, I'm not going to remember these anyway. And these are great fun, so I figured, why not? This one, I'm not talking about how I lost my virginity. Jimmy's insults, right? On 8 out of 10 does countdown. Oh, I hate this. Saying that, it's such a mouthful. Cats Down is just better. But I feel like this title, there's so many ways it could be delivered. That particular line, like, I'm not talking about how I lost my virginity. And then you can like, I'm not talking about how I lost my virginity. Like, there's so many ways that could be interpreted. So I don't know who's going to say that. But anyway, these are fun and I like this and I love Jimmy Carr. So let's do it. Boom.
Palindrome is a word that looks the same from both ends. It's basically the word equivalent of your mum. John shoots all his clocks fast, so he's mum.
Her face is great.
John shoots all his clocks fast, so he's never late. And it works. Of course, the other reason John is never late is because John is never invited.
I was invited here.
You keep turning up. In etymological terms, the name Jonathan means God has given him, and Ross means a tongue too big for his mouth. Machines from a large Irish
Wait! Jesus Christ, these go by fast. I don't even have time to ponder.
Families for his mouth.
Okay. That was good.
Machines from a large Irish family, so every time she plays a gig, she takes the roof off and sells the lead to her uncle. A person who illegally exports sheep is called an owler, unless you're from Wales, in which case you're a sex trafficker.
That was messed up. That's still funny.
Round of applause, you're a genius.
I love that saying that and just kind of disarmed him. Like he was expecting the worst. The praise disarmed him. That's funny.
Yes.
Stand-up comedian, writer, radio host, is there anything John can't do? Yes, he can't leave the house without checking the gases off 15 times. John's girlfriend's been with him for nearly a year, and if John's girlfriend is watching, there'll be a helpline number up on the screen at the end of the show.
What a shame, Jimmy. You delivered those perfectly, but it's been over a year and I have an electric hob.
Is that supposed to be like the gas? Instead of gas, he has electric ones? A stove, I guess? Oh, one time that happened to me. It sucks, dude. It sucks. I had a moment of just severe anxiety, and I would check the gas a bunch of times before I left. It's not something I always do, and I don't do it anymore. But there was a moment in my life where I had to, okay? I had to. Especially because every time I would leave home, I was leaving 3 cats in my house. So I was like, my mentality was, if the stove is on and like the house burns down, my 3 cats die, okay? Like it was dramatic to me. So I used to do that. And one time I was with an asshole, and we had to go somewhere, and we were late, right? We were rushing, we were late. I was driving, and we had to take the freeway. It was a long drive and stuff. And by the time I got to the freeway, I was freaking out about that for like several weeks at this point. And dude, I got to the freeway, which is far from where I used to live. Okay, I was driving already for 15 minutes, and this asshole said, "Hey, are you sure you turned off the gas?" What? Why? Why did you do that? I'm like, I think I did. And he's like, yeah, but are you sure? Why? You're such a... I drove back. I drove back to check, and I obviously had. And, oh, man, was I mad at him. If he didn't say anything, it would have been fine. But he brought it up. And we were extra late that day. So I feel your pain, John. I feel it. And also, even if it's electrical, if you don't turn it off, there can still be issues and problems. No?
It's been over a year and I have
the end of the show.
What a shame, Jimmy. You delivered those perfectly, but it's been over a year and I have an electric hob.
John has a habit of meticulously organising the coins in his trouser pocket according to size, is what he told the arresting officer. Do you do that?
What, wank outside or order my coins?
Do you order your coins?
Yeah, I do.
I think everyone's
It's just fun, though, isn't it?
It's just fun. World Maths Day is celebrated on the 6th of March by literally no one.
She's so cute. I love her.
Fans of Bill Bailey can make their own model of him at home by simply taking a boiled egg and rolling it in cat hair. Here's one I made earlier.
Oh, no! Oh, it's good!
What's that? What's that, little Bill? Yes, I know he hates you, but don't worry, I like you. This is the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me.
I was just going to say it got weird.
I'm going to take this around. When I go on tour, when I go in the morning in hotels, and they go, how would you like your egg, sir? I'm going, like this!
Josh is 5'6", has curly hair, and is from a leafy
That was Ina Conti, wasn't it? I just got familiar with her. Okay. I wasn't expecting to see her here. Okay. Because I thought she was just a I can't say that. Ventriloquist. Did I say it? I think I did. I'm not sure. Is Monkey there? Ah, the real questions. I don't see
Josh
Monkey.
is 5'6", has curly hair, and is from a leafy shire. I'm not saying he's a hobbit, but after the show, him and Bill have got to rush off and throw an evil ring into a volcano.
That's not true.
John has been going out with his girlfriend for over 12
That was
months.
the clip?
That's not true.
John has been going out with his girlfriend for over 12 months, and to mark their first anniversary, her friends and family released a special video message pleading for her safe return.
I absolutely love that all the John ones are the girlfriend and the OCD. That's like all he's got on him. And also, these are kind of tragic now because they're just divorcing now, or they just got divorced like a couple weeks ago or whatever. A month, I don't know. Time goes by too fast. But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like these are extra painful now. Extra messed up. But whatever.
Before Joey agreed to be in Dictionary Corner, he only had 2 questions. What's a dictionary and what's a corner?
A corner?
A corner, yeah.
A corner?
Yeah.
Well, like a triangle.
Like a triangle. You know, corners, triangles.
Yeah, 3
Same.
corners, isn't it?
It's what, sorry?
It's got 3 corners, isn't it?
He recently appeared on a Gogglebox celebrity special, sitting round on a sofa, getting pissed, shouting at the telly, and then Gogglebox rang and asked her to do a celebrity special. Sean is a pessimist. In his world, the glass is very much half empty and also smashed and being used to threaten someone who looked at him funny. Roisin Connerty's been on the show before. I'm not saying she's terrible at spelling, but her actual name is Rosie Courtney. John should try his hand on the X Factor. He can't sing or dance, but if you're looking for tragic backstory, he's world class.
I can sing and dance, actually. I just keep that very well hidden.
Let's have some song and dance. Come on, break it out.
And I think that'll do. It's important to always leave them wanting less.
OK. I shouldn't be mean. John was actually bullied at school, and to this day, he still washes his face in a flushing toilet.
That was a good one. Who's that? I don't know.
Look, the bigger boys are laughing at you. I'm not saying Romesh is pessimistic, but for one night only, Sean Locke is going to be known as the fun one. Romesh is a vegan and has 3 children. His kids are delighted that he's on the show tonight because it means they can finally go to McDonald's.
You don't look like a vegan.
What do you mean?
You just don't look like one. I don't
What do you think they look like?
I don't know. Have a poncho on, maybe.
But why would a vegan want a poncho more than anyone else?
I don't know. It's just one of those casual, lazy stereotypes that I've built up over the many years I've been doing this job.
Feels to me what you're saying is like a vegan would be like a weedy, sort of small, meek little... sort of like John. Our resident lexicographer, Susie, lived in...
Oh my god, dude, if you just look at the panel and say one of these people is vegan, who do you think it is? John. Oh, poor John, man. I love that he can take it. He really does. He smiles and laughs and it's all fun and games. I love that because I feel like he's the one that gets the worst ones. I mean, we're 5 minutes into a compilation and half of them were him. Oh, what a trooper.
Like John. What you're saying is like a vegan would be like a weedy, sort of
sorry,
small, meek little... Sort of like John. Our resident lexicographer, Susie, lived in New York for 2 years. They say New York is the city that never sleeps. Well, it did when Susie was there talking about lexicography. Comedian Bill Bailey was first discovered in 1984 at the end of a rainbow sitting on a pot of gold. Rachel Riley appeared on Strictly, where she proved she's not only nearly as clever as Stephen Hawking, she's almost as good at dancing.
Oh, no! Wait, what
Dancing.
the hell? What are these mascots? Dude, you gotta bring a katana to a freaking mascot. I mean, to a show like this for a desk. And I have no idea what's going on with Mrs. Milliken right there. I'm gonna have to watch that episode, I think.
Before she became a stand-up, Sarah used to work in the job centre in South Shields. Seems a bit pointless having a job centre in South Shields. It's like opening a library in Essex. Rachel is a mathematician with a background in quantum theory, fluid mechanics and a remarkable aptitude for mental arithmetic, which is all well and good, but can you do this?
Really?
Come on, with your maths degree, come on.
Is that it?
Strangely arousing. It's written a play called I Can't Sleep, which is not a problem you'll have if you go and see it.
Oh, my goodness. It was a kids' show. It was for kids. There was 2 beds on stage, and we were both asleep when the audience came in, and then I woke up, and the audience had to tell me how to get back to sleep. And at the end, we were asleep, and the audience walked out. And in the last time we did it, an 8-year-old, as he walked past, just punched me in the balls.
Jason's career began collecting glasses at a comedy club. One night, a comic didn't turn up, and Jason stepped in to fill the gap. It quickly became apparent that Jason was destined for bigger things, and within months, he was collecting glasses in comedy clubs up and down the country. John's a lucky man. His girlfriend's brilliant. She's funny, beautiful, intelligent. She looks amazing first thing in the morning. And I love that thing she does with her tongue. Matthew's been practising Countdown a lot...
I think I just saw that episode, but that face never gets old. Since he was white, I think that's the episode where he just went full on tennis for some reason. Because why not?
Hot in the lead. Matthew's been practising Countdown a lot in the lead up to the show. Well, he's had a lot of spare time since the Rolf Harris lookalike works dried up.
I don't know who this person is or the person that was
David's
mentioned.
just released his first children's book, The Parent Agency, about a 9-year-old who wants to swap his parents for more interesting people. Apparently, David got the idea from his 9-year-old. Clever, charismatic and...
Wait, so David Baddiel actually writes children's books? Because I've seen him on Taskmaster, and he does not look like the guy that would write successful children's books. He looked like a miserable bastard. And everything that was supposed to be creative was such a mess. Does he really? That's because they talked a lot about him being like a songwriter or whatever, but that's very different. And also, he did not prove that very well either. So... I don't know. I don't really know what he's famous for.
Apparently, David got the idea from his 9-year-old. Clever, charismatic and great fun to be around. He's like a human being made from all the bits left over when they made Sean Locke.
It's quite a divisive thing to say about our team, you know.
I'm trying to sort of divide and conquer here.
You want to conquer our team? You're already hosting the show. Give us a chance. We just want to do anagrams.
David is very particular about the correct use of the English language, and he picks people up on the tiniest mistakes. But surely, David, you're not that pedantic.
I don't pick people up on the tiniest mistakes. I'm not incredibly rude.
So you're saying that was a tiny mistake, are you?
No, I haven't. The very thing you wanted me to do, I have not done.
But I've said you pick people up on tiny mistakes, and you're now saying you don't pick people up on tiny mistakes, which feels like you're picking me up on a tiny mistake.
That's a different sort of tiny mistake, isn't it? The tiny mistake you were implying I pick people up on is an error in grammar or punctuation, not just a factual error or a slur. Get out of that, Jimmy.
You win this time. I'm not saying John's boring, but after talking to him, you are warned not to drive or operate heavy machinery. It says here in the 80s...
That's so messed up. There's something about about John's little smile every time. It's endearing and it's cute and it just makes you want to hug him.
You are warned not to drive or operate heavy machinery. It says here in the 80s, Susie collected rocks. And there's me thinking that being the resident lexicographer on Countdown was tragic.
Pet rocks. Don't you remember pet rocks? Well, if you couldn't afford a real pet, you had a pet rock.
John, I said you were the most boring, but it's bloody close. Rod is incredibly popular in Wales. Wherever he goes, people stop what they're doing to say hello. It doesn't matter whether they're having sex with their sister, kissing a sheep, or telling their mum how sexy she looks. Everything to say hello to Rod. 6'8", Greg Davis was born...
Is Rod... There's so many comedians that only wear black. I know, like, George Carlin only wears black, Ricky Gervais only wears black, at least, like, on stage. And I feel like Rod is one of those people that just only wears black. I basically only wear black, but I feel like it's very common in comedians for some reason. And I'm trying to think if I've ever seen Rod wear colors, and I don't think I have.
Born in Wales. 6'8", Greg Davis was born in Wales. He's the biggest thing to come out of Wales. That's it, he's the biggest thing to come out of Wales. In his spare time, Greg enjoys listening to music, going to the theatre, and attacking the city of Tokyo.
He took it well.
Sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face through that. Sean Locke's bubbly outlook and friendly personality mean he's the life and soul of any fight in a Wetherspoons car park. Sean Locke is one of the finest comedians in the country, a hilarious stand-up and a brilliant all-round guy. Bob used to be a lawyer, but you won't hear him shouting objection, overruled or sustained tonight, because they're all 9-letter words and Bob is crap at Countdown.
I have witnessed that.
Susie, have you got any pre-show rituals?
Well, Rachel and I have a Cats Down version of Snog, Marry, Kill for you, John and Sean.
Well, I would like the results, please.
Well, there's 2 kills and 1 snog.
Well, no, you've got... Well, Snog, Marry, Kill, you've got a...
I think we're dead, Jimmy.
Probably.
Things couldn't be more different.
I like how quick Sean was with that. That was good. Yep. And I like how Jimmy actually realized, yep.
Captains couldn't be more different. While Sean Locke loves to let his hair down, John is famous for letting his family down.
Ow.
The thing I love about that is it's massively harsh and just made up.
This is the start of a new series. I assume the next episode you're just going to say, John's a dick. And that's according to his mum.
I wonder what season this particular moment is, because... How many seasons are there already of Cats Down? I think they're on, like, season 23 or 20. Like, there's a lot, right? And mainly, usually he has more than 1 joke per person per episode. I don't know what I said. So that's a lot of writing. So I imagine after several seasons, it gets hard. Like, it just gets blunt like this. You're a dick. Hey. Cut him some credit, right? I mean, cut him some slack, give him some credit, however you want to say that. Cut him some credit. It all works, but it must be hard to come up with a new-ish joke every week.
A dick. That's according to his mum.
I'll write that down. That'll be very good for
there
the
you
next
go.
one.
I knew it.
Catherine is Canadian, and Canada is famous for...
I really hope they use that, like, as a callback.
It's cold winter. Next one. Catherine is Canadian, and Canada is famous for its cold winters. In fact, the only place that's been colder over the last 30 years is the other side of John's bed.
So Catherine's insult was a John insult? See what I mean? Oh, my God, what a jerk. This is great. It's beautiful.
Kathy famously played teenage boy Perry in Kevin and Perry Go Large. No one's played a needy, weird, socially awkward teenage boy so well since John Richardson.
It was obvious.
Jack lost his virginity in a restaurant owned by Anthony Worrell Thompson and vowed that next time he'd bring enough money to pay the bill.
I did laugh at that one.
Yeah.
But more because that was a joke about Anthony Worrell Thompson than you.
Did you shag Anthony Worrell Thompson?
No! There was no shagging of any Worrell Thompsons or any celebrity chefs. It was a happy... Well, she was happy at the beginning.
Did it go well?
No, it was a disaster.
What was the...
I'm not talking about how I lost my virginity. That's not fair. I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's just kind of what I said on the night.
John promises to tell you about his when he loses it.
Oh! It took me a second. Oh, it's over. I thought there was more. That was, Oh, dude! Woo! Sometimes my mind makes... I don't think I'm dyslexic, but I have moments, right? And it says Phil Wang and Tom Walker, and my mind said Phil Wanker. And his face is right there. So, that happened. Anyway... Oh, these are fun. These are really fun. I have heard... out of all the ones in this compilation, I think I only saw 2 episodes, so... And I'll forget all of them, so it's awesome. It's totally a win-win, because these are really fun. I like them. I enjoy them. And again, I love what a good sport everyone is, but John just... Even when he's supposed to be insulting John's teammate, it goes to John. That's crazy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I had fun. I hope you did too. Whatever you're off to do, have a great one, and I'll see you soon. I mastered that, didn't I? And then I fudged it up. Toodles.